On their website, they describe it like this. The Village Square, noun, a nervy bunch of liberals and conservatives who believe that disagreement and dialogue make for a good conversation, a good country, and a good time, building the town hall of the 21st century across the partisan divide. That is exactly what founder Liz Joyner has been doing for more than a decade. And in between events, we had the good fortune to sit down with her for a good conversation.
We will bring the house lights up just a little bit so you can actually see and read those questions and enjoy. We'll be kind of wandering. Our panel is going to come down and wander around too, so they might have some little extra nuggets, and they want to hear all of your thoughtful conversations too.
Our mission is to build civic trust between people who don't look or think alike, which when we started way back 16 years ago, we kind of noticed that it looked like there was a little bit of a problem, but now it's pretty obvious to all of us all the time that we don't spend time with people who aren't like us. And so the idea is that as the neighbors we are, we hang out, we talk about the things that are controversial and challenging, but we do it like neighbors. And almost always there's food. We try to have a good time together because we think that's important as part of the whole trying to get people to trust each other. We started out with dinner at the square, and I think that we thought that that was going to be the thing that we did, but we realized that there was a greater need beyond that. We take on like a series of topics every year, and so Dinner at the Square is a program we have. It was, I think, in the second year of our existence that we started God Squad. And we did that because we saw that we weren't having enough conservatives in our audience, and so we wanted to open a door to conservatives to come join us. And so the tagline on God Squad is for people of faith and no faith at all, because talking politics wasn't hard enough. It's hard not to love God Squad the most because there have been just so many incredible conversations through the years where you really just see people being humans with each other across these big horrible divisions.
So I'm a social worker in this town, and I've seen it happen where you have to accept the religion to be helped. And so my question is, are we really helping people in this community or in our world if they don't believe what we believe?
I can speak for myself, at least in our church. Mother Teresa wasn't making a lot of converts in Calcutta. She was taking care of people whether or not it didn't matter.
We have, of course, the longest table. And then we have Created Equal that we do with Leon County. And then we also have the Our Town series, and that includes our town hall, which we're just in our 10th year of. I have to say that I think that in some ways that's probably the one that has my heart the most, because to me it's just fundamentally the critical thing we're supposed to be doing as citizens is talking and hanging out with people who aren't like us, maybe getting mad a little bit here and there about something we disagree with, but that is what American democracy is. We often look for authors who we think are being wise and wonderful about the challenges of our time. One of the first that was really important to us was actually Dr. Jonathan Haidt, who wrote the book The Righteous Mind. Our last couple events have been with authors, Arthur Brooks. Our program was And the Pursuit of Happiness, and he is a happiness expert, and that was really wonderful. And then Dr. Theodore Johnson, who wrote the book When the Stars Begin to Fall, Overcoming Racism and Renewing the Promise of America. You know, it's funny, I'm not sure I love to debate, but I love it when people are engaged enthusiastically around ideas, because I have a great appreciation for the differences between us and how we can see things that other people can't see. So if we just hang out with people just like us, then we miss so much that's important to understand about the world and how to solve problems. So maybe I'm motivated by the fact that I don't like angry, personal, unfair debates, and it seems like there's a lot of them. When we first started out, we realized we were tackling a challenging problem. So a flying pig seemed like exactly the right mascot to have. But in a lot of ways, it sort of captures what we've evolved to be, which is that we try to undertake what we do with sort of a spirit of adventure and not take ourselves too very seriously. and try to have fun together. So the Flying Pig seems to capture that pretty well. One thing that's very fun is that people bring me Flying Pig everything. I have Flying Pig cast iron, blown glass, salt shakers, ornaments, and the fact that they bring me Flying Pigs when they see them, I think that captures really kind of what we're going for. We want to be a community of people who know each other.
What is that wonderful little piece of jewelry you have there?
Well, I'm kind of a sophomore artist, I would say. And so I've always loved to make things my whole life. And one thing that I've done is I've done major, huge, big quilts. But another thing that I learned to do is solder, which is very fun. These are tiles made from the art of one of my favorite artists, Myra Kalman. And she's got this wonderful series that celebrates America and the American idea. I actually made two big, huge American flag quilts, and they're made out of pieces of fabric that I've dyed. And I actually went to the Vietnam Memorial. My husband's father was killed in Vietnam, and we took rubbings of his name off the wall. I took my grandfather's commission papers. My brother was a Navy SEAL, and my dad was a Navy pilot, and we took all their commission papers, and we put it together with rubbings of the Declaration and the Constitution, and then turned them into fabric. And it's just this big, huge quilt. I made one for each of my daughters. What I think has animated me through my career is the work of citizenship. Most countries aren't founded on an ideal, and ours is, which is we hold these truths to be self-evident, when in fact, they were not self-evident at all. They were coming up with a brand new idea, that all men are created equal and endowed by their Creator with inalienable rights. Among them, so you're not even listing all of them, is life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Just, to me, that idea is so profound and so important. And it's our job as citizens to live into that high ideal that we have set for ourselves. And it's what we've tried to do with Village Square. I have come to believe that Tallahassee is an incredibly unique place. I like to describe it as a 2-degree of separation hometown instead of 6. And while that can be challenging sometimes when you go to Publix and your hair is all like this, and you see everyone you shouldn't have seen at the time, right? But it also means that we know each other. It means that we mostly honor each other and care about each other. And it's the kind of hometown that I personally think right now the whole world needs to be learning from.